Ben Whittaker vented his frustrations after his controversial split decision draw against Liam Cameron by punching a hole in a wall.
I won the fight, didn't I? I let the public judge it. I know in my head what happened. Don't want to be cocky, I'm not going to be like that now, but definitely won that, didn't I?
The light heavyweight contest between Whittaker and Cameron came to a bizarre end in the 5th round, after the pair tumbled over the top rope and landed on the ring apron. Although Cameron got back to his feet and was ready to continue, Whittaker was hurt and required medical attention on his right foot. With the 27-year-old unable to continue, the scorecards were called in to decide the bout as one judge handed it 58-57 to Whittaker, another had it 58-57 to Cameron, and the third scored it 58-58. Ben Whittaker was subsequently taken out of the venue in a wheelchair.
But that is not how he planned to exit the arena after that regal entrance tonight. As we always have to remind our viewers, Richie, tonight on TNT Sports Box Office, this is for real, this game. You can have all the talent.
Cameron's frustration with the result was palpable after the fight, as he felt Whittaker didn't want no more once the tide had turned in the former's favor.
I was just starting to put my old shots together. Ben were knackered from the 2nd round. I really don't know what we're up with him. We're right, kind of mad. He were done from round 2. He gave me his last hurrah that round. He were really digging in, and I thought, I was saying to him, it's only 5th round, you're knackered, Ben. But he kept on holding me, hitting me low. I knew what I had to do. That was the plan, to get him late on.
Furious with the draw, he suggested that Whittaker's team had encouraged him to stay down after the fall. He stated, "I felt like I was starting to get the better of him," Cameron said after the fight. It was getting tough for him. You could see it. Adding fuel to the fire, former cruiserweight champion Johnny Nelson weighed in with his own thoughts after reviewing the replay. Ben was getting tired. After a few rounds, I said if he keeps this up, he's going to struggle in the second half. Whittaker had started the bout brightly, but began to fade as Cameron continually absorbed his best punches and countered with his own. The result was the first time Whittaker had not won in his professional career, having strung 8 victories together prior to Saturday's bout. Whittaker had also been incredibly active this year, with his draw against Cameron the 4th time he'd stepped in the ring in 2024. With his ankle injury, it could be some time before Whittaker steps between the ropes again. Whittaker was advised by former world champion Johnny Nelson to describe the injury to the public, given the questionable nature of it. Nelson further added, "Now, I'm a massive fan of Ben Whittaker. I've sang his praises constantly, but he needs to watch the replay before he says anything to anybody about what the injury is. We've looked at it time and time again, and we've not seen that right ankle hit anything. We thought it was his back. There needs to be some explanation around it. It looks like he was trying to find a way out, and I feel bad saying that." Moreover, Whittaker was spotted walking through security at King Khalid International Airport in Riyadh just after midnight this morning with his ankle bandaged. A witness who was at the fight and booked on the same Saudi Airlines flight to Heathrow said he was in duty-free when he saw the confrontation. He told, "I spotted Ben Whittaker coming through security." And then a fan who had a boxing t-shirt on went up with his phone and went to take a photo. Ben said, "Don't take no photos of me," and snatched the phone out of his hand and smashed it straight on the floor. Ben stepped towards him, looked like he was going to punch him, and some of Ben's team jumped in between them and it got really heated. They were shouting at each other. The witness, who did not wish to be named, said airport security detained the pair. He added that both men, with the fan aged around 30 and wearing merchandise from the fight, initially had their passports taken off them. He continued, "It caused a big scene. Ben said he would pay for the phone, and they both were made to write down their details, and they were allowed to go on the flight." This behavior by Ben Whittaker is surely questionable and shows how frustrated he is because of how his fight week ended. Coming back to the fight, despite being a massive underdog, Cameron matched his rival's work rate and clipped Whittaker on multiple occasions. He believed he had done enough to have his hands raised, but the decision was seen as a draw on the final scorecards.
Are you happy with the draw?
No, definitely not. I won that fight. It's on his territory, on his home production kind of thing. I'm just a nobody. No cameras have been on me fight week.
Cameron said that he did enough to win the fight. He further added, "I definitely beat him. I don't get a fair share. I got a split decision in my last fight and a draw this one. What more do I have to do? I've never had a promotional deal in my life. I did my best today and I thought I did enough to win." Cameron said that he deserves a rematch but doesn't know if it will happen. He also added that he would have knocked out Whittaker if the fight continued.
I know you believe that you deserve the rematch. You believe you'll get it.
No. I can't predict my life because it's been mad.
If the fight had continued, what do you think would have happened?
I'd have knocked him out.
Coming on to what the pros have to say about the match, British super middleweight champion Callum Simpson believes that Ben Whittaker found an easy way out of his light heavyweight fight with Liam Cameron. Simpson was just feet away from the action and didn't need to pore over any slow motion, freeze-frame replays to come to his own conclusion. He said, "Other than the first round, I had him losing the rest of the rounds. I think Liam did the right thing, putting that pressure on him. He unraveled straight from the second round, and I had Liam winning it. At the end of the round, for me, it looked like an easy way out. Both the fighters went over the ropes. Obviously, one of them went out injured, or claiming he was injured." Callum said that Whittaker bottled this opportunity, saying, "For me, he was getting beat. He wasn't having it all his own way. For some reason tonight, Whittaker looked quite slow. His sharpness wasn't there. The Sky commentators can't say it, but I'll say it. It really looked like he bottled it." Simpson still has plenty of business to deal with at super middleweight, and he isn't the type to instigate a public spat, but Whittaker's performance certainly didn't stoke any fears in the Yorkshireman. He further added, "It's not that I'm not a fan of him. Whenever I met him at first, I was always polite and well-mannered, and he's just rubbed me the wrong way, I suppose. He's very arrogant. For me, I always try and give time to everybody and be respectful, but he's the complete opposite, and I don't really like that. He's a great dancer when he's against journeymen, and people that aren't gonna put it on him." Talking about Whittaker's power, Callum said, "The power? Honestly, I've felt proper light heavyweight power, and from watching him, it doesn't look like he's got it." Greg Hackett also believes that Ben Whittaker took an easy way out. Greg said that he had seen the incident fold so many times and couldn't understand how Ben hit his ankle when he clearly saw him falling on his back.
Yeah, Ben Whittaker found a way out. I looked at that tape so many different times, so many different ways, and I tried to find out where he twisted his ankle at, and he never really even hit his foot. Like when he got flipped over, his feet landed outside the ring. And they actually didn't land, but I'm saying they was outside the ring when he fell over. Yeah, so he never really hit the floor or nothing like that. So I'm thinking, how could you twist your ankle? And then it was, I don't know, man. Maybe he was having a hard time. He didn't want no trouble. You know, he left it where it was at. I'm gonna go with the draw. I'm gonna let them, and then I'll get ready for the guy next time.
Former featherweight world champion Billy Dibb has expressed his views on the rising star Ben Whittaker and his unique boxing style, which he describes as flashy and flamboyant. Dibb, a seasoned veteran who has held titles in 2 different weight divisions, has insights that come from years of experience in the ring and an understanding of the demands at higher levels of competition. Dibb believes that while Whittaker's exciting approach to boxing makes for thrilling viewing and showcases his natural talent, it also comes with inherent risks, especially as he steps up against tougher opponents. He said, "When I first turned pro, my style was flashy and flamboyant, but I quickly learned that as the competition gets tougher, you can't afford to take those risks. I think Ben Whittaker could learn some valuable lessons from today's draw." Roy Jones Jr. has also weighed in on Ben Whittaker's flashy style, echoing sentiments similar to those of Billy Dibb, while Jones admires Whittaker's nerve and heart, praising his willingness to take risks regardless of the opponent. He offers a word of caution about the potential pitfalls of such an approach. He said, "I love to watch him do it. I love that he's got the nerve and the heart to go out there and even try it. He doesn't care who he's fighting. He'll go out there and do it with anybody, and that's a beautiful thing. You've got to tone it down a little bit. I didn't want to do it until I knew that I had the guy beat. Once I had them beat, I could show the fans a little bit and get you out of here. But I'm not going to showboat in the first round or two because that could backfire on me." So what are your thoughts about this situation? Did Ben Whittaker take an easy way out? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.